A journey I began 2 decades ago when curiosity and cultures made me step out into the world, led me home to India after decades exploring the world. In a millennium where everyone speaks of the future, joy has come to me at home. I find that our joy lies in ancient knowledge. A 5,000-year-old knowledge lives on in all those who still practice the timeless way. Joy and serenity are the gifts I continue to receive from this ancient culture I was born into. Bringing true joy to those who seek it too is the next stage of my journey. What is true well-being? Here in India, it is all around me, hidden in plain sight, the ancient living here and now in the present, within our reach. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Thank you very much for taking the time to meet me. I've been looking forward to this for some time, so thanks a lot.
You're always welcome.
Thank you. So let me start with the beginning. What do you do, Guruji?
I have a mission.
Okay.
Yes, and I am executing it.
Right.
Take the ancient wisdom, ancient Indian wisdom, and propagate to the whole world, which can make everybody happy, eternally happy.
Okay.
That's what I am doing.
Right. Very interesting. Very interesting. So how do you do that? What's your speciality? What is your offering?
See, our Upanishad, almost all Upanishads, declares that Shrunundu Vishwe Amrudasya Putra. The Master is calling us, hey, children of immortality. Means you have the potential of immortality within you. If you can explore at least 1% of that, you will be exuberant in your life. So why should we cry? So that message can be shared to people. Before that, I experienced myself.
Okay.
Yes, I am in that joy.
Right.
And I am sharing that joy with others.
Right. So what is the actual speciality? How does it translate into a specialty or a practice?
See, what is the cause of misery? Everybody is having some kind of problems. There is no difference between the ordinary person, the highest personality which we presume. Everybody is somehow unhappy. The moment we come to know that we have nothing to gain or lose, that is the state of, in yoga it's called samyak, means plus and minus, positive and negative, heat and cold, pleasure and pain will be managed with a middle way. That is what Buddha said, middle path. That is the key. Find the middle position of two extremes of nature. So the moment you learn or you become aware of that spinal cord or the middle position, you will experience something which is called eternal joy. That is the key of this practice.
Okay. So how does one activate the spinal cord?
Swarmarama Maharshi of Hatha Yoga Pradipika and this Agastya Muni from Siddha Yoga, everybody declare that Pranam sushumnam samprapte nadam andashruyade ashtada. This is the core shloka. Means just hold your breath or extend your prana. It's called pranayama technically. When you extend it, gradually your prana will enter into sushumna, spinal cord. That is the key of this practice.
And what is the practice called?
Kundalini Yoga.
And Kundalini Yoga for any particular purpose? What is the precise practice that you offer?
Kundalini Yoga is for everything. If you are struggling from a physical disease, okay, as far as our knowledge is concerned, diseases are created by microorganisms, either bacteria or virus, whatever label you give, something which is beyond our ordinary sense. Right. But if I am aware of the microorganism, what I can do, I can manage it by myself. Means my body temperature, or every species is having its own body temperature. Our temperature is 37.3 degrees centigrade. If you know how to increase or decrease this tapa, this heat, all other functions can be managed. So you focus your mind, then body temperature will increase. 1 degree, 2 degree temperature if you can raise by yourself, which bacteria or virus can survive within your body. That is the immunity enhancement of physical domain. Got it. Then if you have some mental problems, you are stressed or you are depressed. If you are stressed, you can de-stress it. How? Just manage your mind or hold the breath. That is what's called pranayama. Then the body temperature will change. Once you bring down your temperature, your mind will be calm. Very simple. So mind management is the second dimension. Right. Physical dimension and mental dimension. Now if you want to go beyond that, make a union between mind and body, which is called Hatha Yoga. You make a union, then this temperature can be risen up to different dimensions, where you can experience even out of body existence. You may think it is little bit exaggerating or beyond the intellect. Very simple logic. Now we know energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Around 5,000 years ago, it is stated, Nasado vidyade bhavo, na bhavo vidyade siddhaga. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Right. Then it is continuing like this. Ubhayorabi drishtando tanayo tatudarshihi. The person who recognizes this science or technique must be called tatudarshi, scientist. Now your and my body are managing, like there is a cell binding, there is a force, the cohesiveness between two cells increase the temperature. This can disintegrate and exist in a different domain. Right. What is called out of body. Right. So you can go beyond the forms of manifestation. That means you are immortal. You are conquering death. Shranandu Vishwe Amridasya Putra. Just go beyond the different states of matter. Connect yourself with the energy. Energy is infinity.
So it's for human immunity, whether it is for physical immunity or the immunity
mental
of the
immunity
mind.
Or spiritual immunity.
Or even spiritual immunity.
Yes.
Oh,
three-dimensional immunity through Kundalini Yoga.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting. Just one more question on that. So, what do I have to do as a you will teach me a practice, and then I will go back home and I will continue that practice, I assume. So what is that practice? What do I have to learn?
Learn asana and pranayama, then reach to meditation. I need only 30 to 60 minutes from a person for daily practice. People think Kundalini Yoga is something very mysterious. Nothing. Kundalidam in Sanskrit, coiled or stored energy. In each and every cell of our body, there is an energy, latent energy, stored by nature. See, according to modern science also, one cell in our body has an electricity of 1.4 volt. Have you heard about that?
No.
One cell contains 1.4 volt. How many cells we have?
A few trillion, I imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some books are saying 120, some are saying 150 trillion cells. So just take 100 trillion. 100 trillion into 1.4 volt. Can you imagine the amount of energy which we are possessing?
We contain inside.
That is what is called Kundalini Shakti, the cosmic energy. So just be aware of that. That will solve all issues. So learn to sit on floor as asana, then extend the prana as pranayama, then slowly you will reach to a state where you can come face to face with this infinite potential of energy, which is called Kundalini Yoga.
Okay, but I understood that you also integrate Kalaripayattu, the traditional martial arts of Kerala, into this practice. So how is that done?
As I told you, we have a three-dimensional immunity.
Right.
Physical immunity is based on our physical movements.
Right.
So Kalari is a rhythmic but violent movements. So what's happening? The violent physical movements slowly taking us to a silence. There we tend to listen that silence, the sound of silence, which is called the activation of Kundalini. So through the muscle we can enter in the mind, then go deep into the mind, we can go to spirit. So technique is, Kalari is a moving meditation.
Got it.
That is the only difference. So when you give an aggressive action, even you can check in modern science, if you stretch your ligaments and tendons, especially tendons, beyond certain limit, tendons has a capacity to liberate opioids.
Right.
It's some kind of hormone.
Right.
Once opioids are mixed up in blood, naturally it will activate the pineal gland,
Yes.
which is technically said in Tantra Yoga, third eye of Lord Shiva.
Right. Of course.
See,
Yeah.
so once your pineal gland is activated, you will have a tendency to sit and look inside.
Right.
So these aggressive actions are slowly guiding to a comfortable asana, make you sit for looking inside.
So this is interesting. So the practice called Kundalini Yoga for immunity, when I do that, what does it involve?
A structured combination of physical movements as exercise. A structured combination of pranayama, Kundalini Yoga practice, and a specific time like 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. That's all.
Right. Okay. And the structured process of the physical movements incorporate the movements as this is usually done in Kalaripayattu.
Yes.
Got it. Understood. So I want to explore how the practice helps different types of situations. Right? So one situation I want to explore is middle age. I know that people who have reached success and approaching middle age have a certain way of seeing the world. How does your practice, which is Kundalini Yoga for immunity, help them?
See, middle age means it's a threshold to something else. That middle age means our first section of duty is over. First section will be naturally managed by the hormones. So as a child, you want to grow fast.
Right.
When you reach to a young age, of course, you are showing everything to attract a female.
Sure.
That's hormone is, overpowering you. Then you will gain her or she will gain him. Then they will make a union. Then as a product of that union, child is born. Then both their attitude will immediately change. Oh, now nourishing the child, bring up the children.
Right.
Then children will be self-sufficient. That time usually both will reach to that middle age.
Right.
There you will think, what else? Their nature is saying that, think of your next journey. There 3 questions will be dominant. From where you are born, why you are born, after this body falls, where will you go? These are the fundamental questions. 99% people will get a tendency to acknowledge these 3 questions.
Got it. Understood.
But everybody will find their own way. But in yogic way, middle age means this is the situation called Dvija. Dvi means second, Ja means Janmam, birth. So there will be a hormonal change from within. There, if we are aware of this technique, that internal process, which is called middle age immunity, or that immunity can be said that how you are going to face the last moment. That is the moment. The moment the death moment comes, naturally Kundalini will be awakened.
Right.
It will be awakened in 2 times only. During death and awakening through systematic practice.
Right, got it. So if you don't do systematic practice, the only time it will happen is at death.
Death. That means you are leaving the body forever.
Yeah.
That is called death.
Right.
But through practice, you leave the body and come back by yourself.
Got
That
it.
is the difference.
Got it.
So when that Kundalini, the 6th air opens and Kundalini awakens, if you know how to manage it, you are liberated. Otherwise, you will fall into a darkness because your mind will stop functioning because of the severe pain. You will fall into darkness called adhoyana. If you fall into darkness, you should be born again. So, if we are aware of this practice, if we develop this immunity, middle age immunity, we will be prepared to face that situation. Then you will be contented, you will have your life, you will be helping yourself, and you will keep yourself as a help for others.
Got it. Very interesting. Let's step back from that to go to the root theory or the root substance on which this entire practice is built, which is the science of temperature. So let's dive into that a little bit further. Do tell me, what is the science of, you mentioned tapas and
Yes.
that process of, which is nothing but the word for temperature in Sanskrit. So what is that? What is the ancient Indian science of temperature, and how has that been brought into this practice?
1500 years ago, Shankaracharya gave interpretations on 10 Upanishads.
Okay.
That's called Dashopanishad, main 10 Upanishads. One among that 10 is very famous, called Kathopanishad.
Correct.
It's a story.
Yeah.
It is actually describing this fantastic science.
Right.
Nachiketas, a seeker, a curious boy,
Right.
is trying to understand the secret of death.
Yes.
And he is going to the world of death, Yamaloka,
Right.
and caught the god of death. And the god of death was forced to give an answer because of the determination of this boy.
Right. Yeah.
We all are Nachiketas, that boy. If you have the determination and perseverance, god of death will reveal its secret to you. If you go to the essence of that Upanishad, it is saying that understand and manage the temperature of your body. Agni Balam. Agni Balam means the power of fire.
Fire.
Get control over it, then you are liberated. That is the message.
Wow. So that's actually the real underlying superpower of man.
Yes, liberation means not only from death, liberation from each and every problem you are facing. If you have a physical illness, you know how to manage the temperature, you are liberated. Moksha, liberated. If you have a mental issue, manage it and you solve it, you are liberated. If you have the problem of spiritual question, just attend it, liberate it. And if you feel, I don't want the body even, leave it by will. That is what is called liberation.
And all that can be done through the management of temperature.
Temperature.
Wonderful. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's
We'll
go.
try.
Thank you.
Okay.
My journey continues. Please join me on my next exploration.